This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. And all you're going to hear lately is about the attacks in Orlando, Florida, with at the gay bar that killed 50 people. It was a horrendous attack. Now, whether it be the left telling you we have to blame the weapons and how we have to ban guns and assault rifles, or it's the right saying we gotta ban Muslims for this disaster, today I'm not here to jump on a bandwagon. You're not gonna hear me say we need to ban guns. You're not gonna hear me say we need to ban Muslims. Today, all I'm gonna do is tell the truth and tell you some facts the media don't want you to know about. For starters, the FBI knew about the shooter and was investigating him prior to the attacks. And if you look at most of these terrorist acts that the FBI says they stopped, they talk about them entrapping them. They give them the plan. They tell them where to buy the guns. And then they stop them before they attack. Now, this wouldn't be a very big surprise if this is exactly what they was planning, and it just happened to let the drill go too far. And people are going to say, that's impossible. The FBI wouldn't let the drill go on if that was the case. Well, this is the exact same thing that happened in 1992 World Trade Center bombing. The FBI knew about it. They even had the bomb there, and they were supposed to put a fake bomb in there, and it was actually a real bomb. So this stuff does happen. Now the shooter, he had connections to a known ISIS recruiters. The shooter's father was a former Afghan presidential candidate who supported the Taliban. And of course, like I was talking about, the FBI's history in creating terrorism. Who controls ISIS? Lastly, one important question must be asked. If ISIS is responsible for these attacks, who controls ISIS? For many, claims that the attacker belongs to ISIS is the deal breaker. For these individuals, ISIS is a shadowy terrorist organization that supports itself and has created a caliphate in eastern Syria and western Iraq that can scarcely be defeated, except when the Russians bomb it. Now, however, the fact does not support such a shallow understanding of the ISIS terrorist organization. ISIS was entirely created and funded and directed by the United States, Britain, France, and other NATO countries. Its actions have been correlated by the Anglo-American intelligence for geopolitical purposes all across the world, both at home and abroad. For this reason, the declaration that ISIS committed a terrorist attack in Paris or in Orlando by no means is a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Western intelligence. Now, while the right-wing media blames Muslims and the left media blames guns, perhaps it would be more effective if thinking individuals would examine the possibility that this attack is a false flag, designed to just push an agenda that would benefit those in power in some way or another. Out of this attack, we will no doubt see another push for the extinguish of the Second Amendment and other civil liberties, as well as increased hype regarding ISIS as a threat and the American way of life, and a greater attempt to justification for further foreign adventures. While the information presented today in this video is not enough evidence to prove in the court of law that the Orlando attack was a false flag, it is reason enough to question the official story thus far. If this attack is indeed placed in the lap of ISIS, however, all fingers should immediately point to NATO and other intelligence agencies. It is they who control ISIS, and they who bear the responsibilities for this actions. If the attacker is just a lone jihadist nut from that the FBI has some serious explanation to do, since it appears that the agency itself is the greatest terrorist activity inside Americans' borders, and is either the most incompetent anti-terror fighter in the U.S. or it is just complete nonsense. This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. Subscribe if you're new. All the links are going to be below. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Our page is Media on 9/11. Thank you.